Yes, so the thing is that we just cannot disvalue our freedom. Everything has got a right of freedom. That doesn't mean I go do around everything else. There are some systems of freedom. You can speak whatever you want to, you can write whatever you want to, but you cannot affect anyone else. As long as there is peace, everything is fine. And you cannot gather around anywhere with guns and bullets and all that. That is not allowed. Right to education. Now, Right to Education Act of 2009 entitles all children between 6 to 14 to free and compulsory education. That is only under government scheme, not in private schools. Age from 6 and 14 to free and compulsory education, that you have to go to school, government schools. This act requires all privately owned schools to reserve 25% of seats for children for four families. Private schools, large private schools, those who are affiliated, they have to reserve school seats for these type of children. Like in my school in Durgapur, my family owns a school. So we have got seats. We teach 100 children. 100 free children in our school are always there. So total strength is around about 1500 to 1800. Out of that, 100 children are always there from the poor class families. They want to study, so that my father has done, and we take care of them. That's a type of social work you're doing towards the country and your society. Right against exploitation. Now, exploit is to manipulate, to take advantage of, at the cost of someone else. No individual can be forced to work against his or her wish and or without wages. Children should not be forced to work. No child below the age of 14 years can be made to work in harmful places such as factory or mines. That is child labor. You cannot force anyone to work for you. And if that person works, you cannot make him work without money. There is going to be a problem. There is a wages also, a minimum wage from the government that you have to pay for so many hours or whatever is there. And child working, like we see children working in tea shops, we see children working in mines, we see children working in factories, those are not allowed. Child labor is not allowed, that person can be jailed. Right to freedom of religion. Now, right to freedom of religion, every individual in this country is free to choose and practice his or her religion. All religions are treated alike. No one can be forced to practice any religion against his or her wish. Cultural and educational rights. India is a large country with many states which have their own language and culture. Every person in a country has the right to preserve, protect and develop his or her own culture. There are many minority groups such as Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, etc. Minority groups are those groups which are made up of people who are less than half in number of a larger group. Each group has the right to follow its own customs and traditions. They have the right to set up their own educational institution in any part of the India. Like we are Christians. In India we are minority, but in the world we are the topmost. Okay. So Muslims are minority in India, not anywhere else. In the world, first the Christians and then the Muslims. We are more in population around the world, in the whole world. But in India, we may be a minority group. I'm not going against that. Muslims and Punjabis are less. Punjabis are more there in Canada, more there in America, more in Punjab. Lot of Punjabis everywhere. But we are still a minority against the Hindus. This India, they call it India Hindu country, but India is a diverse country with full of religions and cultures. I'm not going on a debate, or I'm not discrediting, or I'm not going against anything. I'm just explaining it to you. Right to constitutional remedies. An individual has the right to ask for justice in a court of law if he or she feels that his/her fundamental rights have been violated. If you think that your fundamental rights have been violated, you can directly go to the court of law and file a case that this is happening to me, I should be getting this, but why am I not getting this? Now, it is important to keep in mind that the fundamental rights can be suspended in times of emergency. Pandemic, your fundamental rights go down. In an emergency, you cannot do whatever you want to. You want to affect yourself and you want to affect people also. So this is the best example for you to know. It's important to keep in mind that fundamental rights can be suspended in times of emergency. In pandemic, you were not allowed to go out. You cannot go out. You were stopped to go out. Shops were not all open. Everything was not working. That's in case of emergency. There was a pandemic. There is a pandemic still which is going on. Fundamental duties. What are your duties towards your country or as a citizen? Let's not go to the country level. Let's go to your own house level or area level. When people enjoy such rights, they are also expected to perform certain duties as citizens. These duties are known as fundamental duties. The fundamental duties are as follows. Obey the constitution and laws of the country. Respect the national flag and the national anthem. Jana Gana Mana. You can't do this, you can't do that. You have to respect it. You have to stand straight and give respect to it. Salute it. That's your national flag. You cannot wear a national flag. You cannot wear that color and go around. You cannot wrap it and throw it away. You cannot let it fall on the ground. It's called respect. It's your mother. India is your mother, your country. So you will not disrespect your mother, so you don't disrespect the flag. Follow the path of non-violence, secularism and democracy. Non-violence, Gandhiji taught you, don't go into violence, don't fight. It's of no use. Secularism, be everyone together. Secular, be secular, open-minded. Democracy, freedom. Democratia, that freedom has to be there. Preserve the heritage and culture of the country. Try to preserve the heritage and the culture. Don't spoil it. Protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the nation. These three word meanings you have to find. I'll not tell you. What is sovereignty? Unity. Unity is being together. Integrity is your inspiration inside. What you are. I am good. I am perfect. Your integrity. Whatever is going to be good, I am going to do good. I am not going to do bad. That is integrity. Sovereignty is what? Sovereignty you have to tell me. I'll not tell you. What is sovereignty? You have to find out that meaning, isn't it? Sovereignty has to have a meaning. We just cannot say that we are sovereign. We are sovereign. Sovereign. We cannot be like that, isn't it? What is sovereignty? Sovereign. Reign. Sovereignty. The supreme power of authority. We have the power of the governing body itself, right? We fight for our sources of bodies, political theory. The authority, we should have that authority, protect the authority, protect the government. That is sovereignty. We should respect, maintain order which is given to us. Safeguard public property and defend the country at any cost. Don't spoil the property, public property, bus stands, bus seats, train seats, or the train, or spit and dirty the public places. No, try to save it, public property, and defend the country at any cost. Whatever happens against the country, be there ready for the country always. Protect the natural resources, water, petrol, gas, electricity, protect it. Avoid evils such as dowry and gambling. Dowry is a total no-no. Gambling, which you call jua, that is very bad. It spoils families, it derives families, and for especially girls, dowry system is very bad. They are very much affected. But dowry is happening. We can't stop it. But we can. Women power can do it. And the boys also should stop taking dowry. Strive towards excellence in respective spheres. Try to grow in different areas, and do something good for the country, for yourself, for your family, for everybody. If you do for yourself, you are doing for somebody else as well. It is important to remember that the rights and duties go together. If I have a right, I have a duty also. If I have a duty, that I have to compel that right also. They both go together. Directive principles of a state policy. What are the directive principles of a state? What can be the directive principles of a state? There are also certain guidelines of the government must follow while ruling the country for better governance and for the welfare of the people as too. These are called directive principles of state policy. Some of them are provide adequate means of livelihood, ensure the wealth is not concentrated in the hands of the rich, provide equal opportunities for men and women and prevent child labor, provide free education for children under the age of 14 years, take care of the weaker section of the society and improve their conditions. This they have to do. The government, the main government, the supreme government gives the department to the state, so the state takes care of it. They have to give us a good place to live, right drainage system, right nice areas, roads, lights on the roads, provide equal opportunities for men and women for jobs, prevent child labor. All children should get under the age of 14, they should get a compulsory education, basic education, what is 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2. Take care of the weaker section. Those who are still weaker in the section, please help them and improve their conditions as well. So this is all about this chapter. Please read it properly and take care of yourselves. Okay. Next class we will come with United Nations, and then we'll come to universally celebrated days. Okay, so till then, take care, happy pujas, enjoy yourself and respect your parents. Do whatever you want after you do your studies. Bye bye.